My goodness, welcome to How to Buy a House Part 6. We've done 6 of these things. Can you believe it? Hopefully you've learned so much already because I have taught so much already. Appraisals. Let's talk about appraisals. We turned in our trust money. We've got through the inspection period. We either asked for things to be fixed and they agreed, or we took the house as is, whatever. We made it past that. So who's coming to reach their hand into your pocket next? Hey, it's the appraiser. So a word about appraisals. Appraisals are not home inspections. They are to protect the lender and ensure that the price being paid is in line with the actual market value of the house. Some loans will require the appraiser to look at certain features of the home and inspect them for condition and safety standards, but an appraisal is not a substitute for a home inspection. If an appraiser does flag something in a home that needs correction or repair, then the seller will have to correct those items before closing if they wish to proceed with the contract. So, questions to ask. What happens if the appraisal comes back for less than the agreed upon price? Well, technically at that point, you don't have to buy the house. If purchase price was $300, the appraisal came back at $280, you don't have 20 grand hanging out of your back pocket, then you can walk away and get your trust money back. Now, typically what really happens is the buyer and the seller will come to some agreement somewhere between $280 and $300 to try to make it still work, okay? What if we're buying the home as is and the appraiser says something needs to be fixed? Well, again, it's going to have to be fixed. So if you bought it as is, but you're getting a loan and they say you need handrails on those steps to meet FHA guidelines, then somebody's gonna have to pay to put some handrails on those steps. That's where good agents can sometimes come together and get it done. What if the home comes back over the agreed upon purchase price? Congratulations, my friend. That is best case scenario. That means you're walking into the house with instant equity. So this happened last year with some buyers of mine. Purchase price on the house, they were wanting it for $720. We had it under contract for like $688. And then I believe the appraisal came back at $725. So my folks walked into, what, 30, 40 grand worth of instant equity where they had paid less than the appraised value of the house. So is my appraisal fee refundable? Well, was the inspection refundable? No. Same with the appraisal fee. The appraisers are independent contractors. They're not gonna release the report until they get paid. And once they are paid, if it doesn't equal the purchase price we need, or we don't like it, or whatever reason, the buyer is not gonna get reimbursed by the appraiser. They're not gonna get reimbursed by their lender. They're not gonna get reimbursed by the seller or their agent. So it is non-refundable. So when and how much, right? Those are the two big questions left. When is the appraisal typically gonna be done? Well, I would expect 14 to 21 days after we go under contract is when the appraiser is gonna call you, introduce themselves and say, hey, you can pay me this way and I'm heading out there on this day. So how much does an appraisal cost? Upwards of $500 usually. Again, it's gonna depend potentially on the size of the house, where the house is located versus where that appraiser usually likes to go and work. So it can vary. During COVID, when things were super hot and it was really hard to get appraisers out there, sometimes you might not get an appraiser out there to 28 to 30 days after the contract was accepted and we're almost ready to close. And sometimes buyers and their lenders were having to pay appraisers like $800, $900, $1,000 just to get them to go out there and do the appraisal. So, fun facts. Any questions about that, please ask me, let me know in the comments, call me, text me, whatever. But we've gotten through trust money, we've gotten through inspections, we've gotten through appraisals. So to recap, how much money do I feel like you need to have in your pocket in addition to your down payment, in addition to your closing cost to cover those last 3 items there? Yeah. Trust money, inspection, appraisal. I would say you need to have at least $1,500 earmarked for those 3 things, potentially more. If you don't have that for some reason, again, an enterprising, resourceful agent can help you figure out how we're gonna get appraisal and inspections paid for. Our job is to figure stuff out. We'll figure it out, okay? Glad you're with me so far. I hope you're learning stuff. I hope you're excited about this. And I'll see you next time with part 7.